A confirmed update has just come in for retirees across the country, and it directly affects how much money you receive from Social Security and how much of that money actually stays in your pocket. Many seniors are seeing new deposits hit their accounts and assuming everything is fine, but the reality is that a quiet set of changes tied to benefit adjustments and cost of living pressures is causing a growing number of retirees to fall behind without even realizing it. If you rely on your monthly check to cover essentials, what you do with this new deposit over the next few weeks could shape your financial stability for the rest of the year. Before we go any further, take 1 second and tap the like button below. That small action helps this update reach other seniors who may be missing this information. And when you come back, I am going to walk you through exactly what most people are overlooking right now. This update is meant for retirees, survivors, disability recipients, and anyone living primarily on Social Security income who notice their recent deposit changed, even slightly, or feels like their money is not stretching as far as it used to. Now let me share something that happened just a few days ago that connects directly to what we are talking about today. A 70-year-old woman named Carol from Mesa, Arizona, reached out after noticing that her latest deposit was a little higher than usual. At first, she felt relieved. She thought this meant she finally had some breathing room. Carol has been retired for 6 years and lives alone in a small apartment. Her Social Security check covers rent, utilities, medications for blood pressure and arthritis, and just enough groceries to get by. When the deposit came in slightly higher, she felt hopeful. She went to the store, stocked up on a few extra items, and even treated herself to a small meal out with a friend. 2 weeks later, reality hit. Her electricity bill was higher than expected because of winter heating costs. Her prescription copay increased at the pharmacy, and the small cushion she thought she had vanished almost immediately. Carol told me the most painful part was realizing that the extra money did not actually improve her situation. It only delayed the stress for a few days. She said she wished someone had explained what those deposit changes really meant before she adjusted her spending. If you are watching this from Arizona or a nearby state, tell me in the comments where you are watching from. And even if you are somewhere else, share your state or city. Knowing where you are helps me focus future updates on what is affecting people in your area the most. What Carol experienced is becoming more common. Many retirees are seeing small increases in their deposits and assuming that means they are finally catching up. But without a clear plan, those extra dollars disappear quickly, and the underlying pressure of rising costs remains. That is why understanding what has actually changed with your latest deposit matters so much. The first thing to understand is that recent deposit changes are not random. Adjustments tied to annual benefit updates, cost of living recalculations, and benefit coordination are designed to reflect broader economic conditions. On paper, it looks like an increase. In real life, that increase often arrives at the same time that housing, utilities, insurance, and healthcare costs continue climbing. The result is that your net buying power may not improve at all unless you change how you use those funds. This brings us to the question most retirees are quietly asking themselves. Should you spend the extra money, save it, or try to make it work harder for you? The right answer depends on your personal situation, but ignoring the question altogether is what causes many seniors to fall behind. If every increase is absorbed by everyday spending without a plan, you remain stuck in survival mode. One practical way to think about this is to treat every deposit adjustment as an opportunity to regain control, even if the amount seems small. For some retirees, that means using the increase to stabilize essentials like groceries and utilities, so that other areas of the budget do not spiral. For others, it may mean setting aside a portion of the increase as a buffer against future surprises. Even small amounts saved consistently can reduce the stress of unexpected bills later in the year. Another piece most people overlook is how rising prices quietly eat away at benefit increases. Healthcare, Prescription drugs and food are among the fastest growing expenses for seniors. When deposits go up, but these costs rise faster, retirees feel like they are running in place. An inflation-proofing mindset means intentionally directing new money toward the areas that are becoming more expensive instead of letting higher costs erode your stability. Now, let me pause here for a moment. If what you are hearing sounds familiar and you have felt that your recent deposits are not actually improving your situation, let me know in the comments. Share your state or city as well. That helps me tailor future updates and alerts to the challenges people in your region are facing. There is also a tax angle many retirees do not consider until it is too late. Small increases in benefits can push total income into ranges that affect how much of your Social Security becomes taxable. Without realizing it, some seniors end up owing more in tax time because they did not account for how new deposits interact with other income sources. That is one of the reasons planning ahead matters. A simple adjustment in how you manage your deposits throughout the year can prevent unpleasant surprises later. Medicare-related deductions and premium adjustments also play a role. When deposits change, the amount withheld for healthcare costs can change as well. This creates a situation where the gross increase in benefits does not translate into a meaningful increase in what you can actually use. Seniors who pay attention to these deductions are better positioned to avoid being caught off guard by shrinking net deposits. Beyond immediate spending and budgeting, some retirees look at their increased deposits as a chance to build longer-term stability. Low-risk strategies, such as creating a small emergency cushion, can provide peace of mind. Others explore ways to supplement Social Security with additional guaranteed income streams so that their monthly budget is not dependent on a single source. The key is not the size of the increase, but how intentionally it is used. One of the most powerful shifts retirees can make is moving from reactive spending to proactive planning. Instead of letting each deposit dictate what you can afford that month, create a simple framework for how new money is handled. Decide in advance how much goes toward essentials, how much goes toward protection against future costs, and how much can be used for quality of life. This approach transforms small increases into meaningful support over time. Here is a simple checklist you can start using right now. First, review your latest deposit and compare it to previous months so you understand what has actually changed. Second, map out your essential monthly expenses and see where rising costs are putting the most pressure on your budget. Third, decide on one small action you can take with this new deposit that improves your stability, even if it is setting aside a modest amount for future expenses. Fourth, consider whether professional guidance could help you align your benefits with your long-term needs. And finally, stay alert for future changes so you are never reacting after the fact. Before we wrap up, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss upcoming updates. The changes affecting retiree deposits are ongoing, and staying informed can make the difference between feeling constantly behind and regaining a sense of control. The bottom line is this: new deposits alone do not automatically improve financial security. What matters is how those deposits are understood and used. Seniors who approach these changes with intention, awareness, and a plan are far less likely to feel blindsided by rising costs and shifting deductions. If you have felt that your recent increases have not made a real difference, you are not alone. The system is complex, and the pressures retirees face are real. But with the right mindset and a few strategic adjustments, it is possible to make each deposit work harder for you instead of letting it quietly disappear.